No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I am here with the mysterious Brittanya187. How you doing?
Hi.
Am I tripping that I think you're mysterious?
No, I think I am too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like there's so much about me that people just don't know.
Really?
So that's why it's a mystery.
Yeah. No, I feel like you're one of those people that everybody just kind of knows about. Everybody has seen you on Instagram, but then it's just like, that's kind of the thing on Instagram is it's sort of surface level. People don't tend to go dig around on Google and like figure out where people are coming from. It just appears like people just appear out of the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, totally. And then obviously Instagram, it was always pictures. They didn't even introduce videos until way later. So really all you're looking at is just a big image, like an image, and it's what you portray. So a lot of people see me as just a sex symbol and they don't know anything about me, which it's worked for me. But I mean, there's so much that is better than just the image.
Right. We'll get into all that for sure. But that is kind of interesting because, I mean, you could present yourself however you want on Instagram. Like, you choose to go in this way where you've almost sort of, like, chosen to paint yourself as this, like, sexualized superhero.
Well,
which sounds like a good album name also while we're at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't start that way. I think in the beginning I was all family. I was just, I did what worked for me. I have my clothing line. I did that. But then, you got to go with the trends, like whatever's poppin'. I would post like a little sexy picture. It would kill it. And I was like, oh, this is what people want to see. And it ended up being what it is now, which is just craziness.
Just sort of like keep getting more and more extreme with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your early days though. So where were you born?
Where was I born?
Yeah.
I was born in Oxnard, California. A lot of people do not know where that's at. So I usually stay like an hour from LA.
Okay. But up north?
I don't know my direction, but I think that's like going towards San Francisco. I think so. Yeah, north.
Okay, cool. Okay, and so what was your upbringing like?
Oh God, it was wild. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, a long story short is pretty much broken home. Parents split up. My mom cheated on my dad. I hate cheaters for that reason.
Really?
I'm not against anyone, whatever they do. I just personally hate it for my reasons and my upbringing.
And did you know as a young kid that your mom was cheating?
Yeah, we found out, and it was just a big like lie going on in the house for like a year.
Wow.
And so I blame her for tearing up our whole family. So I didn't go live with her. I stayed living with my dad, but then he ended up, he was going down the wrong path. He ended up in prison.
Whoa.
I ended up by myself at like going on 15 years old with a kid.
You had a kid at 15 and your parents were gone.
I was wilding out.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so pretty much I went on this, I lived on my own, took care of myself since I was 15. And it was just a lot of hectic, crazy shit that, made me who I am, so I'm not mad at it. It's good.
Right.
But it definitely wasn't, I guess, an easy life.
Let me just ask, who impregnated you before you were 15?
My first son's dad.
Okay. But what kind of dude was he that his
he's a good guy. Okay, let me tell you something about me that a lot of people don't know either. Since a very young age, I always known what I want. I never make like bad mistakes. I feel like at the time they're good. Even back then, I was choosing. Like I made sure that he was a good guy.
Okay.
He was smart. He was educated. He was in the Marines. Back then, that was something good.
He was in the Marines?
Yeah, that was something good.
But you were 15.
Yeah, he was 5 years older, but I didn't look like I was 15 in his defense.
Did he know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Oxnard, just anything goes?
Pretty much. If anyone's from Oxnard, they'll know.
Holy shit. So how old is that kid now?
He's 18.
Holy shit. So you got an 18-year-old.
I have an 18-year-old son.
That's amazing. He's seen everything this whole way along.
Yeah.
Damn. See, that's like you've actually got the version of the conversation that me and Lenny keep having, like with different girls on the podcast, which is kind of like, people always want to say like if your mom is gonna basically, do adult content, whatever, and then people always want to make that argument that like the kids are gonna be fucked up from it or something like that. You've actually been through this whole cycle.
Yes, I think as long as you're open and you believe in what you do and you're proud of what you do and why you do it and your reason is good, then obviously it's all good. And besides that, it's unconditional love. When you have kids, even if you were a fuck up,
right,
you're still gonna love your parent regardless. You know what I mean? So
have you ever had to have that conversation with him? Where it's like, has anyone ever acted weird to him about it in school or anything?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, but to him, like, he doesn't care at all. Obviously, he's this is normal. So, and I tell a lot of people too, because a lot of people always trip out, like, what do your kids think? And I'm like, this is normal to us.
Yeah.
You know, so when people say things, we're like, okay.
Yeah, it must seem weird, like if your dad's a professional wrestler or rapper or whatever, but if you grow up like that and you're just sort of always used to dealing with it.
Yeah, and that's normal to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's never had any like bad experiences. He's
Okay.
had experiences, but he's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't care.
It sounds like he has a good head on his shoulders at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So you're 15 with a kid, family's all messed up. What is your life like at this point? Or like, what are you doing with your life at that point?
Okay, so I've always been a hustler. I always say it's in my blood. To me, it's a talent. If you are, you know, like a savage, you know how to make money. To me, it's a talent because obviously everyone would be rich if it wasn't a talent.
Right.
So since I was super young, I've always found a way. It's like weird. I can't even explain. It's like a drive. Like it's kind of like adrenaline. You just find a way, and you can't stop until you figure it out. So back then, I had a fake birth certificate, fake everything.
Wow.
I had a job, so I worked a job. Then I go dance at night. Go dance. A lot of people think it's a stripper. It's not. It's like the people that go, you know, dance up in the, you know.
Right. You keep your clothes on. You're just sort of dancing. It's like part of the ambiance in the club or the room.
Yeah. And then I like knew a lot of bad people. So then I, you know, flip shit on the side too. So
you were selling drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was making money 3 ways in the beginning. Yeah.
Coke, weed. What were you doing?
Coke.
That was the what was in demand in Oxnard
It
at
was
the time?
meth and Coke. Yeah.
Meth and Coke. Was there a
Back
significantly different clientele that were dealing with either of them?
No, they're kind of the same. They're both wild.
Really? No, I know, but like, it's just like...
It's not like weed. To me, weed is like whatever, like any normal person. It's not, to me, weed's not even a drug, you know?
Yeah.
I don't smoke weed, but I just don't think anything about it.
You have to smoke a lot of weed or have a lot of weed for it to be the kind of thing that would be even close to the sort of like risk, in LA at least, that you would be dealing with any other drug, really.
Totally, yeah.
So you're just sort of like hustling, just getting by at this point in your life?
Yeah.
You finished high school?
Of course not.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I can't even spell. Of course not. No.
That's good.
And you don't need to be successful. That's so overrated. My kids are in school right now. I don't give a fuck if they pass or not. I'm like, just go to make friends. Like, you know, I don't like. It's not important. Like, you don't learn anything that you use in real life.
Yeah, but then
unless you're gonna be a doctor.
Right, but I mean, there's some stuff, or at least like if your kid is getting a good foundation when they're in high school, I feel like that's like kind of the building blocks of what they then could go on to do in their life. Like if they don't start to learn math in school, then how are they ever going to know if they're talented at math and they could maybe go do something with that?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. So the go-go dancing, did you ever strip? Did that lead to anything?
No.
Okay.
No, I will not grind no dicks for no tips. I always had boundaries.
Okay.
And that I definitely wouldn't do that.
So you can never,
and I don't think anything bad of it. My sister was a stripper. So I don't think, for a long time, I don't think anything bad. Just I personally wouldn't do it. I would sell drugs before I would strip.
Yeah, I mean, I think that too, because my girl says the same thing. She's like, I'll do the private snap, but I'm not trying to go fucking have to talk to dudes.
Yeah, totally.
That's the part that makes it kind of weird. Okay, so did you stay in Oxnard all this time, or like when did you actually make a move on from that situation?
Okay, so I ended up doing a show 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and that was weird because I lived in a bubble. I didn't know anything. I never even met a different race in my life. All I knew was Mexicans,
Really?
white and black. Like I didn't know like there was any races that were different. Like I literally lived in this small bubble.
So you never heard of China or anything?
I mean, maybe I knew about that, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in Chinese people, you know, but nothing
Right.
like exotic, nothing like, you know, I didn't experience nothing. I didn't know what sushi was.
Were you even thinking about like LA? Was LA even like a thing to you, or you're just totally in your own bubble there?
Totally in my own bubble, totally. And that was my life. That was my normal. And I went somewhere one time, and someone came up to me, and the cast, they were like, "Hey, you want to do a show?" I was like, "Oh, sounds cool." You know, they're like, "Free booze, like free this." I was like, "Okay, cool, I'll do it." And I ended up doing a show, and my life changed drastically.
And the first show was Flavor of Love?
Rock of Love.
Rock of Love.
Yeah.
So were you a Bret Michaels fan, or do you even know anything about him?
I did. Actually, the whole truth is they actually casted me for a different show. It was Real and Chance. It was a different show, and I didn't want to do it.
What was Real and Chance?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, I made a good decision. I told you I'm good at making decisions.
And Rock of Love. This was actually kind of strange about it is I remember watching Rock of Love. So I definitely watched an entire season of you
It
on a
was
show.
poppin' back in the day.
Yeah, it was. And I never used to watch shit like that, but somehow I got into that and Flavor of Love. But I don't actually remember like I'm sure you looked a lot different and stuff. I'm sure maybe if I saw your character like on the show, I
Yeah.
would remember.
I mean, it was so 10 years ago. That's a long ass time ago.
Yeah, over 10 years, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up doing that show. Changed my whole life. Changed
Really?
everything. Yeah.
So what was it like actually being on the show? Were you actually a fan of Bret Michaels?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. So
Right.
I did watch Rock of Love, and I did love the show. So I actually got offered to do a different show before. I didn't know it. I didn't care for it, and I didn't want to do it. I was like, no, I'm not interested. Then they hit me up again, and they're like, okay, what about Rock of Love? I was like, fuck yeah, it's my favorite show because I watched season 1 and 2. I was on the third one.
Right.
So yeah, I was down with it. I wasn't really a fan of him. I like his music's good, but I was a fan of the show.
He's bald as fuck under that bandana and the hair.
Yeah,
huh?
he is.
Yeah. Is that a wig, you think?
Yeah, it's a wig.
You ever saw his bald?
I never
his
seen him
bald-
without it.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
But one of the girls hooked up with him
Right.
during the show, and she told me that.
I felt like everybody was kind of like making out with him on the show, but not
Yeah.
really hooking up.
One girl like actually hooked up with him.
Really? And she told everybody about what it was
Yeah.
like? And what was the review like?
She said it was good.
Strong dick. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, it should be good. She said it was good.
Yeah, he's been probably fucked a million girls over the years. Shit. So what was it like actually being in that environment and
It
being
was
on this
so
show?
much fun. Oh,
Really?
God,
You got along with the
yeah.
girls and shit?
No, but that's okay. Like, it was fun.
Were you really like beefing with them and stuff? What was like your
Yeah.
most significant shit that happened on the show?
Well, what everyone knew me for was for the episode I got kicked off on. And it was when they brought on the exes
Okay.
on. So my ex came on. And then the girl, his ex was there, Bret Michaels' ex. And then she said something. I ended up getting mad. I get up. I spit on her. I go try to hit her.
You were the one who spit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And what was the girl's name that you spit on?
Her name was Heather.
Heather? I thought it
Yeah.
was like Buttercup or some shit.
No.
No?
That's a whole different show.
That was a different show. Okay, you're right. I'm thinking of somebody else. All right, fair enough. That was Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
Oh, see, they always had a theory that that was like a fake spit, that they like digitally enhance the spit. Not yours.
No, they do. They do enhance it. I mean, it's
Okay.
TV. They make it better. But
Yeah.
it's really what goes on. It's really what happens. But they do make it look more extreme.
So being on a show like that, is it just a bunch of, it's like backstage at a strip club, except everybody's just getting drunk as fuck and they have nothing to do all day?
Well, I don't know about backstage of a strip club,
Oh,
but
never
I
been to one?
know about
Okay.
I know about that is just wildness. It was honestly a lot of fun. Definitely.
Yeah, okay. So you got kicked off on that one. Were you bummed out when you get kicked off?
No, I didn't give a fuck.
Was the
I was
spit,
just living my life.
was the anger behind the spit real?
Yes.
You were actually-
Yes.
okay.
I can't act. I can't. I'm not an actress. Like, I can't pretend to be mad.
Right.
Yeah, she pissed me off.
Because if I was on a show like that, I feel like my brain would be 100% oriented towards thinking of the most fucked up shit I could do that wouldn't like end my entire career, but that I could do on camera that would just sort of like engineer
That's like
something
your
exciting.
adult mind.
Yeah.
I didn't have an adult mind. I was living in the moment and just doing my thing and just enjoying myself and just living it up.
Were you still with your baby daddy at that time too?
No.
Oh, okay. You didn't have any kind of boyfriend?
No.
Oh, okay. So you could have potentially fell in love with Bret Michaels.
Maybe. I don't know.
Things would have been different. Yeah. Okay. So how did your life change after that?
Just everything. It was crazy. Like when I did the show, I thought it was going to be just normal. I didn't think anything of it. And when I got off of it, or when it aired, I was like a fan favorite, and I was just shocked.
Right.
I was just totally shocked.
So you start having tons of opportunities from there?
Yeah, I was the most booked person. Back then there was no Instagram, so people paid all day. I was booked like 5 days a week minimum, going state to state, like just doing club appearances after club appearances. So that like brought in, like, I was like, wow, this is a crazy shit going on.
How much were you getting paid at the time to do club?
$1,000 a club.
Okay.
So it'd be like 800 minimum, like if it was in LA or somewhere close, to 1,500, but average 1,000.
Then you were just grinding it
Oh,
out.
I was fucking milking it.
That's light. That's tight. What was there any other ways that you were able to like monetize it at the time?
No. So then I did another show, which then they brought me back, and I did 2 more shows after that.
The same show or just different shows?
No, they spin-offs.
Okay.
So I ended up doing Charm School and then I Love Money. And from that point, I was still just banking off the, doing that. And then I got in trouble.
What was the trouble?
Then I got locked up for assault with a deadly weapon.
What?
Yeah, and the first charge, actually, they wanted to get me for attempted murder.
What did you do?
So I thought my whole life was over. Like, it was crazy. I thought my whole life was over. Thank God it wasn't. I ended up just doing 6 months for it. But yeah, I got in trouble. and I took a strike. So for that reason, I was like, I can't not stay in Oxnard. Because remember, now I'm popping, but I'm still living in Oxnard.
Never
what the fuck is Oxnard? You know what I'm saying?
Was you being popping the reason why you got into this altercation?
Well, 50-50. I mean, I am who I am, so I always had a temper. Like, I'm super nice, but since I'm so nice, I get super offended when people are mean to me or rude to me, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm nice to you.
Right.
Like, why the fuck are you treating me like that? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm all about, and I'm old school too. Like, I'm all about respect, and I treat people how I want to be treated. And when they don't treat me that same way, I get very pissed.
What was the deadly weapon?
A pimp cup. A pimp cup.
A pimp cup?
A pimp cup.
So who did you attack with the pimp cup?
Some girl.
Really? Why was there even a pimp cup around? Was there a pimp around or just the cup?
No, it was just my cup.
It was just like an accessory.
Yeah.
Because this was at that time when like pimp cups were kind of cool.
Do you remember those cups that were all bedazzled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Magic Don Juan was kind of like the dude who was sort of ushering in that weird trend for a while.
Yeah.
That's crazy that just happened to be around. That would be like hitting somebody with a fidget spinner. Because like 2 years later, everyone's like, what? Why would you have that? Well, I guess it's not a very good weapon.
I know.
But
It's so random to other people, but it's kind of funny though. At least it was a pimp cup.
facts. Hey, I want to just stop at this point to say, go support No Jumper and buy one of these from nojumper.com and follow at NoJumperKendama, and also like, comment, and subscribe. I always forget to say that. You know, it's like sometimes you got to remind people like, hey, as long as you're going to be here watching this content for free, engage with us. And also subscribe, because we're almost at 3 million subscribers.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Congrats on that.
Okay, so this woman disrespected you,
Yes.
and your inner chola came out.
Yes.
Were you ever like an actual chola?
No.
Your makeup never got to that level?
I mean, I look like one, but always was taught to be cool with everybody and don't follow anybody and be your own person. That's
so you never joined a gang?
No. And I wouldn't. And I still like that.
So this was like a one-off violent incident. This isn't like you just sort of, this wasn't like a thing you were doing all the time.
I mean, yeah, I had a record.
Beating bitches up.
That was my problem, yeah. I actually probably spent more time in juvenile hall as a kid than I did in actual like school.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because you never know what you're getting into. It's weird when you meet a girl and you realize she's more street than you.
Yeah.
Like I met this Asian girl at a club in Long Beach back in the day, and then like we hung out, and she started talking about like shooting at a blood, or like shooting at some Crips. Like she was a blood. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I'm so out of my depths here. Like this is just not something I should even be around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so you went to jail for 6 months?
Yeah.
And how was that?
Whatever.
Was it boring, or was it like Orange is the New Black?
Boring. Fucking jail sucks. It's like your whole life goes on pause.
Okay.
Well, everything keeps going.
But you weren't like getting into crazy shit while you were in there or anything?
You know what's crazy is I've been locked up. I can't even count how many times. And like I said, I spent so much time in jail. The longest I did was a year. And I have never, ever had an issue with anybody.
Really?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I shouldn't have an issue. What the fuck? Like, you know, like, I'm cool as fuck. Like, I'm cool as fuck.
Right.
But, you know, people just act up.
But you're like well known. You're in jail. You're a woman.
Yeah.
It didn't get complicated ever?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's great. It's like guys, whenever every guy goes to jail, he's got all these
I'm
horror
sure it's
stories.
way different for guys.
They should put you in the guys' jail, see what happens.
No.
Yeah, that would be my problem. So you get out, and then how do you regroup, or like how did your life change?
I was like, I gotta get the hell out of Oxnard. There was no way. I was ended up getting in trouble again. There was no way. So I always had a crush on my friend. I was friends with him for like a year. He sponsored me, so that Rock of Love still set the tone for that. He owned a Poppin' clothing line at the time, and I always had a crush on him. So we were always seeing each other, but just friends. And then after that, like I just started seeing him more. I told him how I felt. We ended up getting together, and I moved with him.
Okay.
So then I went to Orange County. So then I ended up in Orange County.
So begins the new phase of your life?
Yeah.
And how long did that last?
10 years.
10 years. You're still with the guy or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you are? That's the guy you're still with?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. You still live in the OC, or no? You live in Vegas, right?
Vegas, yeah.
When did that happen?
A year ago.
Oh.
Yeah, and I love Vegas. Oh my God, love it.
Why? Would you interact with the Vegas scene much out there?
Okay, well, one story I could give you is I'm always doing crazy shit on Instagram, my website, you know, like I'm always doing dares. I'm always doing crazy shit. So I'm always I start off a little bit like, oh fuck, like what's gonna happen, like, you know. So we go to a Carl's Jr. to do a public dare, and I'm like kind of a little bit nervous, and then I go in there, and right when I walk in, Elvis walks in right behind me, and then a drag queen, and it's like I'm not a hot mess anymore in Vegas. You know what I mean? Like everyone's a fucking hot mess over there. So I'm like, hell yeah, like I fit in more. Yeah. I'm not looked at as the outcast. I'm more of a like, we're all hot messes, you know?
Right. And as much as like the OC compared to every other part of America is somewhere where, you know, a chick who's got large breasts and a lot of tattoos is not going to stand out as much in the OC as it would in Kansas.
Yeah.
But the OC versus Las Vegas, there's a lot of interesting looking people walking around.
Yeah, so I fit perfectly over there.
Right. That's good. So you were conscious of that? Like, this is where my tribe is. Vegas, man.
I went there for other reasons. I went there for like a business. It was a business move. There's no state tax over there. So I went over there on a business decision, and I'm just happy, and I'm pissed that I didn't do it sooner.
Right.
So it just ended up working out.
What clothing line did your baby daddy own?
187. Oh. That's why my name's Brittanya187.
Is that clothing line still going?
I mean, yeah, it's still going.
Oh,
but
okay.
I
do remember that from back in the day.
You just keep going, you know, and he had his clothing line. I was always there. I wanted to have my kids. So I had my kids back to back. And after that, my career just started taking off. I needed him to come on board with me. And that was just what was working at the time. So then now we do my shit.
Right.
Because I don't care what the fuck you're doing. Nude content is fucking popping. Yeah. Nude content is number one. There's so many horny men, and I love them.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? When did you sort of like make that decision that you were going to go the private snap route?
I didn't even. That's what I'm saying. I'm always just going with the flow. I'm just living my life, and I tell everybody this: you just do your best, work fucking hard, and you know the shit will land in your lap. And I'm not gonna say it lands in your lap because I work my ass off. But when you're just doing your best and you're going with the flow and you're just working, going hard, and doing you, shit comes up and you get it, you work on it, you bust your ass, and if it works, cool. So what happened was someone paid me to do a promo because how this works on Instagram is sometimes people pay for like commercial spots. That's the best way to explain it for people that don't understand. And someone paid for a commercial spot.
So you would post a video talking about a product for X amount of seconds and post it on your page.
Correct. So one time it was a guy that wanted me to do an app promo for him, and it was implied. It wasn't nude. It was implied, like, you know, hold the boobs, like sexy implied. I made him $100,000 in like a couple days.
You made him $100,000?
Because what I did is I have my set price. You pay my set price.
What were you charging at that time?
I think he paid me $10,000.
Okay.
So he paid me $10,000.
And what year was this?
This was 2 years ago.
Okay.
And when he did that, he made $100,000. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
What kind of product was it?
It was an app. It was me saying, hey guys, go see me on this app. I'm going to be implied, and maybe you might see me naked. You know what I'm saying?
And you, like, he made $100,000, and then he told you he made $100,000?
Yeah, because then he wanted to lock me in.
And you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no. Hold up, you know?
Right.
So that is where it opened that door to that. And I was like, oh, shit, because I didn't know, you know? Like I say, it's weird, because I lived in a bubble back then, but still today, I'm still, like, very one way. Like, I don't really know what's going on. Like, I don't know who people are. If you say, hey, this person, I'll be like, I don't know, no offense, but I truly don't know who anybody is. Like, the #1 porn star, I just learned who it was, like, recently. Like,
Riley Reid?
All the top girls. Now I know, but I swear, if you would have named them to me a year ago, I don't know who anybody is. Like, and like any aspect of anything, I don't know who anyone is, because all I'm doing is me. I'm doing me, and I'm just fucking going hard in this way, you know, just straight down my way. So I didn't know anything about this nude stuff. Right. So that was where I was like, oh, fuck. Like, you know, like, it was a whole different world. And that took me to that next level. So then shit changed again for me to the next level.
Big time. Yeah. I mean, I can only imagine how many people you have paying for your Snapchat. It's got to be an absurd amount of money.
Yeah.
It must have really changed your life.
It did. It changed it to the next level.
It makes everything else, like you selling a promo for 10 grand like that probably made that all of a sudden seem like, why would I even give a shit about that now? Yeah. So that completely changed your life? Like, you just start making like way more money than you were making previously? What was that like?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just always grateful. Like I'm super grateful. Like I said, I love these guys. Like I love it all, and I just do my thing, and I still go with the same motto. I just go hard, do my best, and keep rolling the dice.
What kind of man did it take to lock you down in terms of your husband?
Oh, he is the smartest guy.
Really?
Smart. Because if I was a guy, I'd be like him. He saw something good and he knew, he believed in it. The thing is with him is he was smart to me because he was loyal, and I wasn't who I am today when I got with him. I was
get in when the price is low, and then it skyrockets, and you just hang on for dear life. You don't sell your shares, But
the thing is he gave me his all at that point when I was down here, and I never forget that. So as I'm coming up, it's just like, he has my heart, because I was younger. I told him, I don't care what you want to do. I like your vibe. I like how hard you work. I want to have kids. You could leave. I don't give a fuck. I want him to be my donor. Like, I wanted to have 2 kids back to back. And I told him, I'll sign whatever you want me to sign. I don't need you. I will never ask you for child support. I don't want nothing from you. I just want my kids. Because I love my kids. Like, I always wanted kids since I was young. Like, because this world is fucking terrible. So all you could do is have your own, raise them how you want them to be, like yourself.
Fuck them up. Bring them into this fucked up world and just let them implode.
Try to bring a little bit better. Like, I teach my kids loyalty and be fucking strong, and like things that people don't have anymore. That's rare. So anyways, when I told him that, he was like, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of you, and you can have your kids. I wasn't shit, and he believed in me, and he let me do my thing, and for that, I'm forever like he has my heart for life.
The relationship's still super strong.
Yeah, totally.
Tight. How many kids do you have with him?
2.
And then 1 with the previous guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How old are the 2 other kids?
7 and 6. Fuck.
Damn.
5 and 7.
Okay. So you got the whole map of ages covered.
I don't even know my own age. So.
Right. I wouldn't ask you that.
Thank God.
People can imply it somehow.
Truthfully, I don't even know. I always have to ask. Like, I'm like, how old am I again? Like, what? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, definitely. So once you started really making money, though, how did you change anything about your life in particular? Because like some of these Snapchat girls, they're making a fucking ridiculous amount of money, and then I kind of like hear them having the same conversations. Like, they don't really know what to necessarily spend these dollars on.
No. What's crazy is I still, like, I even have a page, like my backup page, where it says rich but acts broke. I can't get out of the habit. It's so funny because who's around me all the time, they laugh at me all the time because I still have a habit. I can't even break it of acting broke, because that's how I always was. Like, I still go to like places and order a water cup and put Sprite in it.
Wow.
Like, I still fucking do that. See, I don't give a fuck how rich I am. I'm still budgeting on everything I do.
That's theft.
Yeah.
And I will tell on you. I will literally rat you out.
Oh, they see me. They don't care anymore because I'm me. They're just probably just like thinking I'm ghetto or whatever.
They're probably just confused. Yeah. They're probably, she's going to fucking pull a knife on me or smack you with a pimp cup or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually don't change who I am at any point. I invest so much. Like, now I just own like a ton of property, and like it's just making me a ton of money. Like, I could retire today and I'm good for life. And that was always my plan from the start. But I don't change any of, like, I'm still the same. Like, I still hate spending money.
Right.
Like, I still make sure I'm saving on anything I can save on.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it matters. Like, that's what rich people really do, is that they pay attention to the fucking details. Like, the other day, somebody was trying to charge me $1,500 for something, and I had agreed to pay the $1,500. And I was just, but right before I signed the invoice, I started thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I could pay these motherfuckers less. Like, there's no way. If I tell them that I want to pay them half of this, I know that they're going to say yes. And so I did it, and I saved myself $750, and I was so fucking happy afterwards. I'm like,
good job.
I didn't have to do it. But it's like, it's like I don't want to ever like forget about caring about the details,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's important. The water cup thing's pretty extreme, though. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I also just don't really drink soda. So to me, I've never had to do that, but
it's a habit. No, yeah. I know my man's he's always telling me, you're fucking embarrassing me. Like, will you fucking stop? Like, you're rich. Just stop now. I'm like, dude, I can't. Like, I tried. I can't.
Well, you got to teach the kids. Teach the kids to steal from Chipotle.
Oh my God. No, I guess the only thing I spend money on, honestly, is just cars and properties. And that's probably, and everyone says it's stupid to spend all this money on cars, but to me, those are my trophies. Like, I just love my cars.
Do you drive them, or you just have a bunch of them in the garage?
Oh yeah, I actually don't really drive that much. It's so, like, yeah, I don't really drive as much.
You don't like driving?
I just don't really have to drive. But I like to look at them.
Yeah, my girlfriend still drives a Honda Civic.
So she's saving.
I mean, but she doesn't like, you know, if you knew the amount of money she had in the bank, you'd be like, wow. Like, but we've had this conversation. I'm trying to tell her, I'm like, listen, I know you're not in the car that much, but when you do get in the car, if you have a nice driving experience, that'll up your quality of life at least a little bit. It
makes you want to hustle hard. Like, it's my trophy. Like, when I go and take my car out, I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am on a mission. I play a good song I like, and I'm working all night. Like, I'm on a whole other mission.
Yeah. Your car is who you are in a lot of ways. Like, it's the same reason why it's like, you know, I could be happy in like a 2-bedroom apartment, but it's like, you know, if you could afford a better spot, I mean, you're spending a lot of time in your spot. It's like, what else are you going to spend your money on at a certain point? It's actually kind of crazy because once you have like a car you're psyched on and a house or whatever that you're psyched on, it's kind of like any money that you spend after that is sort of frivolous. Like, what are you going to become, a fucking art collector or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. So wait, did you have any reservations about just doing nude content in general when you first started doing the private Snapchat? Have you ever done nude modeling before that or anything?
No, I never did. And I never thought I would.
Yeah.
So I wasn't against it. I've always been confident in myself.
Right.
So I wasn't against it. I just didn't think I would do it.
How hard do you go on there? Do you boy-girl stuff with your husband or no?
No, it's crazy. That's a lot. That's something that people don't know about me either. My husband has been the only guy I have slept with since the moment I kissed him.
Wow.
10 years. I've never slept with no one else. My whole adult life. He's the only man.
Loyal.
Yeah, totally.
Same for him?
Oh, it fucking better be.
Well, I don't know.
I'm going back to jail.
That's really what you would do? You really kill him?
I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't accept it. No.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
no.
That's cool. No, yeah, it sounds, I mean, hey, that's a serious amount of loyalty. But so what kind of stuff is on your private Snap, just for the record, since I'm assuming that you're pretty, you have a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta like me. It's all about me. It's like a lot of me.
Yeah.
Pleasing myself and hopefully pleasing them,
Okay. That type of stuff. Yeah, I got you. Do you do a lot of collabs with other girls and stuff, though?
I do stuff with other girls, yeah.
Yeah. Does that help a lot? Does that bring in a lot of subscribers typically?
To be honest, not really. It doesn't really. But I mean, I just try to just throw some other things in the mix,
Yeah.
But I don't really see a big difference in that.
Right.
I think it's crazy because I tell girls all the time, like, it doesn't matter what you look like. Guys, they enjoy women's bodies. They like different things. It doesn't matter. Like, if you think that you're ugly or whatever, there's 100 million guys that think you're beautiful. Like, everyone has different tastes. You could do it. I think it all comes down to you. Like, how hard are you going to work? Like, if I don't post at all, or if I'm just like laying back, I don't message anyone back, I'm not going to do good. I don't care how hot or ugly I am. I'm not going to do good. It's about the work that you put into anything that you do.
Yeah.
So I go hard because I love the people because I appreciate them. Like, I love them for that, So I appreciate them. I make sure that I message them back every single day. I spend about an hour and a half on my website messaging everyone back.
Answering emails and stuff, or just?
It's messages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I message everyone back. I spend time, and I think people see that and they know that and they appreciate it too.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, for me, I think that it's more of like a support. I think they support me because I think they know that I actually care. I'm not just like, hey, look at my tits, like, I'm naked. I'm like, I love you. Thank you for being here.
Right. Do they feel like they're in a relationship with you almost?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Interesting.
Probably.
Do you feel like having the husband thing limits you to a certain extent? Because my girlfriend says that's like the number one complaint, is that she's just constantly seeing people just ask about me on her private and just like bitch about me, and like, either they want to talk to her about me or they're just like annoyed that I exist. And I find that very interesting.
Funny.
Yeah.
I think a lot of my subscribers and my supporters already know. Like, everyone's know I've known this guy forever.
Right.
And if they don't know, they know right away because they see the same guy, and they just, I don't know. I don't really get any heat for it.
Oh, that's good. When did you start getting work done?
Oh, fuck. That was like when I was 18 years old.
Oh, yeah? What'd you get?
Yeah, I got a boob job.
Yeah.
I got a boob job because I got cheated on.
Oh, really?
And I thought something was wrong with me, which obviously that wasn't it.
That's a very 2019 thing for girls these days. Like who? Oh, Callie Yukis, she was dating young Gleesh and she broke up, and like a couple months later she posts like a fucking photo of her ass looking super fat, and people are like, I just saw a viral tweet that was like, Callie Yukis broke up with young Gleesh and immediately got a new ass.
That is the best fuck you ever.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, you gotta make them regret it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the first time I got surgery. I got my boobs done when I was 18 years old.
Okay. And did it just sort of just go from there? Or like,
yeah.
Because I feel like the craziest thing that people see you is just that you have a ridiculous like waist to ass ratio. Did you just like get that all tuned up after having a bunch of kids?
Yep. I just kept going, doing whatever I thought would look good. And yeah, because I saw a world of a difference. I wasn't always pretty. Like I had 2 older sisters and they were pretty.
Really?
I was the ugly one. Yeah, so I was always treated like normal, like just a normal girl. So I will never in my life ever forget when I first got surgery and I went to a club. This was back in the day when I was using a fake ID. And I would go to a club and I used to have to wait in line. Then I got a surgery. I went to a club and they're like, excuse me, come up in front. I was like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like I got an experience of being like, I guess someone who wasn't that attractive to now attractive. And it was fun.
When you say you weren't pretty, do you think you really weren't pretty and that you've like made yourself more pretty with like fillers and like getting your lips done and stuff? Or do you feel like you just got more confident as you got older?
I've always been kind of tomboyish, like more of like, not really in heels, like kind of like chill. I think at my face, I've only had my nose done, so I actually haven't done like.
Oh, you haven't got fillers and stuff?
I mean, I think no. I got it once, and I looked fucking old for some reason. I hate it. Yeah. So this is actually my face.
Oh, okay.
So I've always had my face. I think I just wasn't appealing because I was just kind of like dudeish, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, a lot of it's how you present yourself as well.
Yeah. So I wasn't presenting myself like that.
Right. Do you think that the way that you present yourself now is like a reaction to the fact that you weren't necessarily getting attention like that when you were younger?
This is just like, no, I don't think that, because it's all slowly gradual. What happened was I saw a little difference. I loved the little difference on people. It's fucked up. I see how fucked up the world is, but I loved how like I was being treated nice, you know? Then I was like, wow, and it really boosted my confidence. Like a lot. I was insecure back then. Now I don't give up. Now I'm like so big-headed. I don't even care. But back then I was insecure and I felt so good about myself. That's why I'm always like pro surgery. Like do it for you because it will make a difference, you know? Yeah, and I just kept going and then now I've fucking created a monster.
Do you feel like a monster when you're walking around?
I feel like I look crazy. Like not my face or anything. My body's kind of wild.
Yeah, but you intentionally went in that direction of sort of making your ratio between your hips and your waist like as crazy as possible, just to sort of just keep going. Like you must have known at some point that you were taking it past the point where it was just going to look regular.
Yeah. Yeah, but who wants to be regular?
Yeah, facts. No, but did you always look at like girls who had sort of like a more extreme look and that was like sort of what you thought was hot?
No,
like gradually happened?
What's fucking crazy again, like I told you, I'm always in my own lane, fucking going like this. What happened was I went to Mexico to get some lipo done. And this was 10 years ago. When I went to Mexico, butts weren't even a thing yet. There was some older lady and she was looking good and she had a nice ass. I was like, oh wow, that lady has a nice ass. And they were like, yeah, we did it. And I was like, what? You guys, what do you mean you did it? How? What? I didn't know anything about it. Yeah. So when they said that, then I was like, I want to do it. Right. I made an appointment that day and did it.
I mean, if they're going to be taking the fat out of you, they might as well put it somewhere, right?
I got butt implants.
Oh, you got that done too?
Yeah, those butt implants.
Wow. Okay, so you only did that one time and then you've done the fat transfer afterwards?
No, I didn't do fat transfer.
You never did that? It was just an implant?
I never had a fat transfer. I haven't had that BBL thing.
Oh, okay.
I probably need to get that one.
That's what all the girls do now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a fucking throwback.
Yeah.
I'm old school. I got butt implants because I didn't know what the fuck all this other shit was.
No, but there's a lot of girls who have it. It's just more old school. Like if you got like something done like 10 years ago, it was much more likely that you go straight implant.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Damn. So do you have anything planned that you're going to get done? You might add like a third arm or something?
No, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
For now. But some shit always comes up sometimes. It's fucking 2019. They're doing some crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is if I'm getting older and there's something that's going to make me look younger, I'm doing it.
Do you think about retiring ever?
No, it's not in me. I could retire now. It's not in me. Like I said, it's like literally hustle is in my blood. Like if I say chill, I ain't fucking chilling.
Yeah.
I wanted to chill before I came here. My stomach was hurting. I was tired as fuck. I probably slept 2 hours last night. I ain't chilling.
What the hell are you doing that you're only sleeping for 2 hours?
Well, over here in LA right now, I'm filming for a show.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, I can't. If I tell myself stop, there's no stopping.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Oh,
So
that's good.
I'll go hard forever.
Yeah, and then especially if you like what you're doing, it's like, so what? One day you're gonna be like 50, and it's like, shit.
Exactly.
If there's still a market for it, why not? It's like,
I'd be like the old grandma popping it.
yeah, exactly.
No, I do have other plans though, and which isn't going to be this, and it's just something else.
What else?
I plan on opening a restaurant.
Really?
Not for the money, not for the come up or anything like that, but just for foundation. I want my kids to all work together and just,
Yeah.
keep it all family together.
What kind of restaurant? Mexican food?
I don't want to say yet, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be epic.
Really? Interesting.
But it probably won't be for like 2 years. But that's good. That's what I'm going to end up doing because I know I'm not going to stop working. But at one point, I'm going to need to just chill a little bit. So I think I'm going to go that route.
Yeah, that's dope. Your husband never gets jealous or anything?
No. And I say that because he knows me better than anybody. He knows you could offer me $1 billion to do some host shit and I still ain't going to do it. Like, that's just me. And there is no changing me and he knows me.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get...
No, I guess that's a good point because like people always ask me that question is like, oh, you ever get mad about your girlfriend being naked on the internet and shit? It's like, no, I don't because like same thing you just said. Like I trust her enough that it's like, what do I think she's gonna do? I don't.
Yeah. As long as you know your person and I think if I was a guy, I'd rather have someone that other people are attracted to than not, right? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, this is the thing is if my girlfriend looked like you or looked like Lena, it's like I would kind of think they were sort of lazy if they didn't have a private Snapchat. Like,
like you better put that to work.
Yeah. It's kind of like, like what you're missing out on all this money. It's like, I don't know what, like, because, okay, like just to put in perspective, the girl that I dated before her, she was making like, 60 grand a year. She had a job that she thought was a good job and stuff. She was so fucking miserable. She was like, she had to go to like therapists and shit because she was depressed as fuck. And she was just depressed because she just felt like her whole career was like totally meaningless. She's going to the office every day, just feeling like, what the fuck am I doing? And when I think about that in comparison to my girl, like my girl doesn't like sometimes she gets a little annoyed doing the private snap thing or whatever. Or she feels like it's kind of pointless or she sort of gets frustrated once in a while. But I mean, normal. At least she's like getting frustrated doing something where she's making a lot of money versus this other, like if you're just struggling and you ain't got shit going on, I'm like, man, make it private, market yourself.
Yeah. Or if you're struggling, don't have nothing going on, go get a surgery.
Yeah.
I tell my man all the time, if anything ever happens to me and I'm not on this earth, go get yourself a nice girl. Don't worry about what she looks like. Get yourself a nice girl that's going to be nice to our kids and fucking do her up. You ready? It's fucking 2019. Make that bitch what you want. You know what I mean? And put her to work.
That's so funny because there are like, if you were to go and pick out like 100 girls at the mall, of age girls, a lot of girls. No, okay, maybe not the mall. If you're going to go somewhere, a bookstore, and you were to take like, 100 like decent looking girls, it's like they're all like, how many racks worth away? You get a boob job is like 5-10 grand.
Yeah.
Get the ass done might be like 10 grand. It's like she's like 20 or 30 grand away from really being able to just kill it on the gram.
And it's investment. You'll make your money back.
Yeah. Right.
Put it in your girl.
Yeah.
Make your money back.
Are you getting these tattoos are just old or are you getting them removed?
No, I'm getting removed.
What does it say?
Dangerously beautiful.
Ooh, dangerously beautiful. You're not into that one?
I don't want nothing right here.
Yeah. I always tell girls that actually is like if you're gonna get tattoos, just don't go here.
Yeah.
This area will age a little bit differently than you're probably planning on with the tattoos. You've been getting tattooed your whole life though?
Since I was 11. My first tattoo was I was 11 years old in a bathroom. Real ratchet.
What was it?
That's my own name.
Where?
My back.
Is it covered up now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. You're 11.
11.
Holy shit, I think I gotta be stretched out after like 20 years of living. As an 11-year-old, you do a lot of growing from there.
Yeah.
Holy shit. If I had been able to get tattoos when I was 11, like I remember when I was 12 that I really wanted to get like the Rage Against the Machine logo on my arm. If I had that, my life would be much worse. That would be really deep. And I fuck with Rage Against the Machine and everything, but man, that would be a weird,
but it would be
dark
a good story.
I would just have to be like, man, I was an asshole. I was a 12-year-old dickhead. You still getting tattoos or are you over it now?
I think I pretty much ran out of space.
Did you really? Your legs are like completely done too,
Actually, no, I don't really have anything on my legs.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't got, last time I got a tattoo was probably like years ago.
It gets weird as you get older.
Yeah.
Because when you're like 18, you can just get a tattoo or whatever. And then as you get older, it's kind of like, it's just, it feels like they need to mean more.
Totally.
But as you get older, it feels like nothing means anything.
Yeah.
Like everything is pointless. Like there's nothing, like I got a whole sleeve of like a burning church scene with all this like anti-religious shit.
And no one even sees the tattoos anymore.
Nobody
like,
asks
no
me
one
about
knows
it or looks at
yeah.
it. Yeah. Once you get enough and they all really blend in, like if I just had like one little thing on my arm, then people would be looking at it and commenting on it all the time. Yeah.
We're pretty much just big tattoos now.
Yeah, exactly. People are always like, how many do you have? And
I fucking hate that question.
I want to say, fuck you. Get away from me.
Anytime someone says, I'm like, just one fucking
one
big
big tattoo. Shut up. Oh my God. One time my girl brought home these 2 girls from the bar, like that she was friends with. And
that sounds fun.
That was fun. But one of them was too drunk, and we didn't end up doing anything or anything. But she was being so annoying, and she would not stop asking me about my fucking tattoos. Like my girl and her homegirl were like both giving me head at the same time, and the other one is literally asking me about my tattoos while I'm getting domed off by 2 girls. I'm like, this is actually, I want to throw you out of my house, but I have a feeling that would be even more annoying than just enduring this.
That's rough. I feel bad for you.
That was one of the more annoying circumstances I've ever been in, I guess.
Yeah, it's already annoying when they just ask that question, but I can't imagine while you have something exciting going on. Right. And then it's like, ugh.
I guess that's probably something that you want to know is, are you particularly sexually adventurous because of the image that you put out there? There's probably a lot of people who would expect that you would be like crazy.
Is that I would be crazy?
Sexually.
I don't know. I feel like I would do anything in the world for my man. Like you want me to eat your ass? I'll eat your ass.
Does he?
Bomb. No, he doesn't ask for it, but I will. if he asks, you want me to fucking suck your toes? I'll suck your toes. Like for him, and the thing is, a lot of things that we do too that he doesn't ask for, but a lot of my supporters are like, hey, can you do this with him? And I'm like, oh, hey, they want this, okay? And he's like, okay. Yeah. Like he's down. So I wouldn't say. I mean, I am down to please my supporters and my people that support me. So I wouldn't really say. I mean, I'm not really I don't feel like I need sex all the time. Like I don't think I more think about money and hustle and working and stuff like that, like all day.
I mean, when you're with someone for 10 years, it's like you got to slow down a little bit at some point, right?
He doesn't slow down.
He doesn't slow down. But I mean sexually.
He bugs me all the fucking time.
Oh, he's still trying to get some top.
Fucking 3 times a day, yeah.
Wow, really? Is that annoying, or are you just down?
You can't. Okay, this is the number one thing. Any girls watching this, you can never tell your man no. You have to fucking do it. You know.
You can tell your man no.
I mean, you can, but.
Hashtag me too. Yeah.
I feel like I always think of the other person. Like if I was this person. And I was in a relationship and I wanted sex, I would want my other half to fucking do it, you know? So I just feel like you can't say no.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's probably a safe bet to say no less. You know, like when it comes down to it, if it's going to make your man feel loved and cared for and all you got to do is suck a dick for 10 minutes, it's like, maybe just do it.
Yeah.
At least sometimes, right?
All the time.
All the time. You never say no.
I can't say no.
Right. My girl really usually will only say no if she's like sick or like
when you're
sleeping.
Asking your girl to do some shit while she's sick, what kind of guy are you? That's rude.
Yeah, you're right. That's fair. Yeah, no, you're right. That's fucked up. That's kind of a window into my mind. It's like, oh, you got pneumonia? I'm still trying to hit.
I know. But your mouth works, right? And your pussy? I'm
just saying, your tonsils are swollen. Let me use the front part of the mouth. Where is this going? So I feel like the one that I think I want to comment on is I feel like you're like the master of the Snapchat or of the Instagram shout out collab. Like your story and your feed, like you are like just out here trading clout girls left and right.
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of like pioneered that almost.
Yeah, I think I created it.
Really?
Yeah, like I said, my mind's always like, how can we help each other? What can we do? You know what I mean? And
yeah, it's brilliant, honestly.
I know.
Yeah. No, it's good shit. Okay, so what else you got going on? Anything we should know about in the short term that you have going on?
No, I think that, I mean, like I said, I always go with the flow. I'm always doing, I love anyone who loves me. Like I said in the beginning, like I treat people how I want to be treated. Whoever supports me and my family, whether they know it or not, even fucking following me without purchasing anything, without anything, that's supporting me, believe it or not. Like, you know, so I will always give 100%, and I don't plan on ever not giving 100%. And who knows what the future holds? Like, you know, like all I know is that you could only expect 100% from me.
Right. Well, there you go. I like somebody who's committed to what they're doing.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, oh yeah, there was one thing I wanted to ask about. Do you feel like the future of the private snap is safe?
What do you mean safe?
A lot of girls got deleted recently.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
You weren't one of them?
No.
You're lucky.
No, I'm not really on private Snap as much.
Oh,
I have
okay.
I have a website.
Oh, so you sort of do everything through that?
Yeah, I kind of don't like the fact that on private Snap it deletes after 24 hours. I kind of want my people like sometimes I go hard and I want you to fucking see that video later. You know what I mean? So on my website they could view it anytime.
Okay.
So they see it over and over. So I didn't really experience that. But I mean, nothing's safe. Every fucking thing you do in life is a risk.
Yeah.
So
it's a finesse. What is the website?
my website is Brittanya187
Okay. Well, there it is. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's been very, very illuminating. Brittanya187, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes.